Hello everyone, let's look into an easy set based upon linear arrangement. Sanjeev owns a used car showroom and he had 6 cars in his showroom, each manufactured by a different company among Chevrolet, Dodge, Hyundai, Maruti, Tata and Toyota. Each car was of a different color among red, black, grey, orange, yellow and blue. However, the 6 cars were not in perfect condition and each car had a fault in a different part among headlights, actuator, spark plug, air conditioning, fuel supply and brakes. The following information is known about the 6 cars. So we have been given some clues regarding the cars, their colors and the faults they have in different parts. So basically we have to relate the company of a car, its color and the fault it has. So let us form such a table. So now we have a table over here by which we can relate the color, the fault in a car and its company. Now the first clue over here is the car manufactured by Tata was not yellow in color but it had a faulty spark plug. So the car from Tata is not yellow but it had a faulty spark plug. So let us write SP over here. Then the second point says that the car manufactured by Toyota did not have any faults in its brakes. So Toyota doesn't have faults in brakes. The third point says that the grey car had a fault in its brakes, but since we do not know which company has a grey car, so let us hold on to this information. While the car manufactured by Hyundai was blue, so Hyundai car was blue in color, and let us write this grey and it had fault in brakes over here. So that means we have a block like this and we'll use this later on. The fourth point is the red car was manufactured by Maruti and had a fault in its headlights. So Maruti is here, so it is red in color and it had a fault in headlights. Last clue is the car which had a fault in its fuel supply was black in color but it was manufactured by neither Toyota nor Chevrolet. So we can write this last information as black car over here which has a fault in its fuel supply and it doesn't belong to Chevrolet and also not to Toyota. Now we have put all the clues into the table. Now we know that black car has a fault in its fuel supply and it is not from Chevrolet and Toyota. So very clearly we can't include this block or settle this block into the row of Toyota. We can't settle it into the row of Tata because Tata already has fault in its spark plug. We cannot settle it into the row of Maruti because Maruti has already been assigned its color and its fault. We cannot insert it into the Hyundai row because Hyundai car is blue in color. Then we cannot include it into the row of Chevrolet because it is not from Chevrolet. So only one row remains which is for Dodge here. So Dodge car is black in color and it must be having a fault in its fuel supply. I hope this is clear to you. Now we had one more clue that the car which is grey in color has a fault in its brakes. So now we need a block for this also. And since we have only 2 spaces left here for Chevrolet and for Toyota, but we cannot include this into the Toyota row because Toyota doesn't have a fault in its brakes. So very clearly this will be the car from Chevrolet. So it will be grey in color, will be having a fault in its brakes. Now coming to the row of Tata, we can see that Tata car is not yellow in color. So we can assign this yellow color only to Toyota. So this will be yellow in color and Tata has only one color left here which is orange. So Tata car will be orange in color. So at last this column remains empty and the car from Toyota doesn't have fault in its brakes. So now this information only, let us proceed and solve the questions. Which company manufactured the grey car? So it is Chevrolet. Then what is the color of the car which was manufactured by Tata? So Tata car is orange in color. Third is the car manufactured by Chevrolet had a fault in its, so it had fault in its brakes. Fourth question is, if the car which had a fault in its air conditioning is not yellow in color, the car which is blue in color had a fault in its. So the yellow colored car is Toyota and it doesn't have a fault in its air conditioning. So very clearly only Hyundai can be the car which can have a fault in its air conditioning. And we have been asked that the car which is blue in color had a fault in its. So Hyundai is the blue colored car and it has a fault in its air conditioning. So option A will be the answer. So this was a very easy set. We simply had to put down all the information and you know how to insert the blocks of information that we are given. So I hope you understood this.